Well, happy Wednesday. That's how it's spelled, Wednesday. Tell that to somebody. Say, hey, how's your Wednesday? And they'll look at you and they'll probably go, what? What do you mean Wednesday? Did I do something? You'll say, no, it's Wednesday. Wednesday. Damn it. Give them the like that. It's better than that. Like that. There's a story about that I'm going to tell because of the smoke I got today. Are you ready? And it actually looks pretty good, being my bulldog was laying on it. Took it out of the cello. It's probably the only thing that saved it. My bulldog, I had this set down on my bed. I was getting all the stuff together for the review, and Luna the bulldog, you know, she sheds a lot, so I don't like her on the bed. But she jumped up there anyway, all 50 pounds of her that's packed into like that big. And I get the phone, and I get my lighter, and I'm going, where did I do that? I'm looking all over the place. So I said, Luna, get off the bed. And that was underneath her. Did you see it? It's a little squished. CAO Consigliere Associate. It's a 5x52 Maduro. That is a cool cigar. Do you recognize it? I used to watch The Sopranos. I was like a Soprano fan. I'm going to have a story about that today. Well, they had the CAO Soprano Edition that they made for the show. I think they sold it for a while, but then they sold out and they didn't bring it back. So they're kind of bringing it back with this. CAO 5x52 Consigliere Associate Maduro. And it's really a nice cigar, even though it's a little squished. You can see right there. I think that's where something was laying on it. But it didn't break or nothing. Look at that. Wow, it's super cool. It's got a beautiful wrapper on it. It's a Brazilian Modafina Maduro wrap, Honduran binder, and Nicaraguan, Dominican, and Colombian fillers. So it's a worldly, say that 5 times real fast, worldly cigar. The CAO, of course, makes fantastic sticks anyway. I love the CAO brand. Thank you so much for making a great cigar. This is, it's just kind of an interesting story about the cigar, how they kind of make it for a show, and pretty soon people are buying that one. And then they came out, they couldn't find the wrapper. They couldn't find the Brazilian Modafina wrapper. So they came out with the Soprano Edition with I think it was a Connecticut shade wrapper, if I'm not mistaken. And then they did away with those, and now they brought these back. But they're not associated with Sopranos due to licensing things. This is not a CAO Soprano. It's a Consigliere Associate. And a Consigliere is an associate, or a kind of like for the mob. They're an associate. They're a friend. They kind of counsel them. If they have ideas, they bounce it back. It's somebody that is extremely close to the boss that the guy trusts. They make 2 of the sizes in this. They make the Soldier, which is a 6x54, and the Boss, not the Boss, the Boss, which is 7x56. So I'm really going to get into this. Actually, not forget the cold draw like I did on the Hiram and Solomon yesterday. I got that all loaded up. Had some problems on YouTube, and it's probably operator error. And it's all loaded up on YouTube. So check that Hiram and Solomon review out from yesterday. That was a Grand Monarch Veiled Prophet. That was a big old stick, 7x60. That was that was a good stick. So, it always tickles when I do that. Maybe if I didn't shove it up my nose. Oh. That end has more of a cocoa flavor. Or a nose, because I'm putting it on my nose. Got a great smell. I'm going to punch this one, and you can see it's made very well. It's pretty nice. The wrap is it's a little squished, But it's cool. It didn't break or split or anything. Actually, it did quite well considering Luna, the bulldog, was laying on it for probably 5 minutes. So, you know, it'd be neat if these punches had little teeny teeth on them. I was thinking that yesterday. I'm always full of ideas. They're not good ideas sometimes, but I got a lot of ideas. This one's not going to solve the world's problems. But if they had like a little serrated edge on that, to where it cut a little bit better. I've got Ox, the black lab, here just putting this ball on my lap nonstop. So if you see me yell at somebody, it's the black lab. Let's see if that's enough. That's the punch. Remember yesterday, Hiram and Solomon, 7x60, I had to punch that thing twice. Probably not that way on this one. No, super easy draw. You know, getting a little bit of probably white pepper. White pepper is not as strong as black pepper. White pepper has the husk, I guess it's called, or if it's not, I'm going to call it a husk, removed, and then it's the white. The black pepper has that husk still on it. I'd say a white pepper because it's not really strong. Ooh, boy, you know. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a fruity taste, not like a peach or something like that, but something a little different. I'm not quite sure. Not like a dried fruit. Before I punch, if I show you a cigar, usually I didn't do it today because I don't know, I just didn't. I'll show you, and you can usually tell the end's a little wet. I always just kind of swirl it a little bit and get the end wet, and what I do with that is I can actually taste the cigar. And, you know, the oils and stuff like that. This is what I do, personally. I didn't read you should do it or anything like that. I just kind of did that. And then some cigars that are super bold or got a really big kick to them, a nicotine kick, I could taste it. It almost kind of will numb your tongue or your lips a little bit. I've had some reviews where I've said that. I said, man, this thing's kind of, I can feel it on my tongue and lips, you know. So this one isn't that way. It's got a really nice tough. Boy, I haven't got that pinned down yet. That kind of a fruity taste. Definite cocoa or cacao. I'm gonna toast it as always. Take your time. Let's see if this thing's on. Blast the sun hot. So I can turn it down a little bit. See how far I can go. So the last thing you want is to watch me flick my lighter. A little too far. Okay, I'm done. There we go. It's gonna spluttering. Okay, I'm gonna toast it. Take your time. There's a lot of times I don't, because I want to get it fired up. But it's really good to take your time. Sometimes if you toast it too much, it'll burn the edges, and I've noticed on mine, if I do that, it'll start to split. So I'm a little more careful now, and I turn it as I'm doing it. See, I need to turn it up. Pardon. There. Operator error. Oh yeah, I could toast this for next week. There we go. Starting to smoke a little bit. This puts off a lot of smoke. Oh, well, that's good. That's got a really cedar earthiness to it. Kind of in the background now. You know it's coming, right? Fired up. I don't know why I say that. Fired up. There, that's better. Ooh, super smooth. Ritual Hill. Oh man, there's just something there. I'll get my finger on it. Kind of a fruity thing, but it's kind of an acid. It's kind of got an acidic taste to it. Stop it. You know, I'm not going to play. She doesn't care. She just looks at me with a ball. I don't know what to play. But it's kind of acidic in a good way. A little bit of, on the cold draw, I mentioned the white pepper. This has got more of a bite to it. I would say it's more of a black pepper on the Retro Hill. You can taste it in there, kind of as it rolls around your mouth. It's not pepper. It's not peppery. It doesn't have pepper in your throat. You know, when the smoke sits in there, you just kind of taste it. It's almost like which isn't a bad thing. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm okay with it if it's like a super peppery thing to where you start drooling. That's a little much for me. But I know guys that just, well, you know, that's all they want. I want to thank not only CAO, I want to thank the folks at Cigar Cave in Medford and Grants Pass. I was asked to review several sticks, a couple CAOs and a couple other ones. I'm doing a CAO now, by Jake and Jesse. Jesse is one of the owners. Says, hey, you know, give these a shot, you know, because there's cool people. Go in there and ask them. Tell them, hey, I'm a newbie, or, you know, can you get this, or can you get that? And they will do everything they can to satisfy you, to get you what you want as a consumer. Go. And so, you know, just go in there. Don't be afraid to ask questions. When I first started back up about a year or so ago, you know, I'm a guy, I don't need to ask no damn questions. Well, yeah, I did. Yeah, I said, so they hooked me up. So, you know, just go in there, and from 5 to 8-ish on Fridays at the Cigar Cave in Medford, Progress and Biddle, you know, they've got beverages. Sometimes people bring goodies. Sometimes they might cook something up. They got great cigars. Get anywhere from 15, 25, 30 people in there. They're having a great time. Oh, look at this. This is putting off a ton of smoke. This is kind of it's a Maduro wrap, which I really like. And it's really fine veins. It's not a toothy cigar. If it was any coarser, or there was any more veins or anything like that, or any of the bumps, it's close to being toothy. I'll look it up. But it's just really nice, and it's burning great too. Even though you can kind of see the split in the ash right there, is where it was squished. That's a Luna. That's a Luna crack. Stop. So go to the Cigar Cave, check them out. Grants Pass has a fantastic cigar smoking lounge out back. It's right next to the Port Authority. They have pizza, beers, all that other kind of stuff. And you know, they're just great people. So definitely look them up, get online, go see them. They're easy to get to. And talk to any of them. The owners are usually there. They're the managers. Matt, he's in Medford quite a bit. Jake, Jay. You know, just ask them. Rodney is over in Grants Pass and G. And Jesse's on the road. He's retiring. So I'm going to get this smoked down a little bit. And then I'm going to come back with a story that kind of ties in with what this cigar was made from, as far as the Soprano thing. And that. I grew up watching that. So I'll tell you a little story. Hey, couldn't see me through the smoke, I know. Look at that. Even though it was split from Luna, it wasn't me that sat on it. You can like sometimes blame the dog. I didn't, so I'm not blaming the dog. Luna was sitting on it. But man, it's holding in there. Look at that. Ash is really nice, kind of salt and pepper. Kind of like my hair. My hair's more salt than pepper. Well, it's just pretty much salt. Silver. It's silver. as Hottie says. I'm going to do a purge on this. Sometimes when you do a purge, if it's got a lot of ash, it'll fall off on you. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't panic. Rub it in and save it for later. Then the short draw and then the full draw. Whew. You know, usually in a lot of sticks it takes that second full draw to get the smoke back in. This thing smokes like a stack. It's got some great flavors, which is the earthiness, the cedar, the cocoa, kind of it's not that bitter chocolate like the Hiram was yesterday. It's more of a creamy chocolate. It's got a little bit of a, just the, I don't want to say barnish, well, like you're in a barn, but that's in there. It's got the tobacco, the barn, the cocoa, the cedar, and I've been working on that fruity taste. I think I nailed it. I had this huge plate of biscuits and gravy this morning. I like biscuits and gravy. This was okay. It was an okay biscuits and gravy. I like some biscuits with my gravy. In other words, I like a lot of gravy, big chunks of sausage and stuff. Wasn't super chunky or anything like that. And the biscuits were great. They're fresh made, but they were just kind of over biscuited. I'm gonna trademark that. Over biscuited. No, I'm not. You could use it. Yeah, not enough gravy. I like to roll around in gravy. But on that, and some scrambled eggs on top of it. Gotta have eggs. They have orange slices on that. So after you eat and stuff like that, you pick the pepper from your teeth and all that other stuff. I like fresh oranges. Just from being underway maybe for 6 months at a time to pull on the port, get some fresh fruit and oranges. Oh man, you like oranges if you haven't had them for about 6 months, and you get that fresh fruit on board. Woo-wee. If you're on a ship in the military, make friends with the cooks. That's my advice of the day. Make friends with the cooks. They will hook you up. Don't suck up to them. Don't be sucking up, but make friends with them. Can't tell you how many times, man, that's down in a hole down in the engine room, got all kinds of pastries and the goodies and stuff like that. Oh, it was some good stuff. So make friends with the cooks. Do not piss off the yeoman. Because I did that once back in about 77 when I was born. And yeah. And that was when, before direct deposit. That was before, we still had Fred Flintstone cars back then. And I pissed him off. I played a joke on him, and he didn't take kindly to it. And he sent my check to Guam, which is not a bad thing, but I was in Hawaii. Yeah, I went and apologized, and a week later I got my paycheck. Don't piss off the yeoman. My son's a yeoman. He's a chief yeoman in the Coast Guard. You don't piss off the yeoman. They will get you. But the cooks, make friends with them. So it's got kind of that citrus. That's what it is. That acidic taste is a citrus taste. It's not so much orange. It's almost like a grapefruit taste to me. And there she goes. Just hit the chair onto the gravel. Didn't even, a little bit on my pants, I'll rub it in. Look at that. See, that's a finely packed cigar. It's got that pencil point tip to it. Anyway, it's got a lot of kick. It's strong. It's a strong cigar. I'm not, I had a full plate. There's a big old plate of biscuits and gravy. But if I didn't have that, it might have been able to feel the nicotine a little bit more. Depends on your body type and what you eat and stuff like that. And, the flavor is really good. And the body, there's a ton of volume of smoke. It's got all the flavors. It's got a little bit of creaminess to it. The body kind of combines all of those things. So it's a full-bodied cigar. It's not a super strong cigar. It's a bold, medium to medium bold cigar. Anyway, back to that. Because the CAO, the original Sopranos gig, I'm going to have to take this label off here really quick. My granddad, there was Big Joe and Little Joe. My granddad's name was not Joe, it was Ben. Well, his business partner in the illegal whiskey trade, they brought it up from Canada. His business partner was an ambassador for the government and in Europe, and would bring all the alcohol into Canada. My grandfather would then make it from Canada down into the States, into the dry states. And he was a mobster. He died with 3 bullets still in his back that he refused to take out. I saw him. He died when I was probably in my 40s, late 40s. Now, I always wanted him to do, this thing for a book, and he would not do it. He goes, "There's still people alive." He'd say this, "God damn it, there's still people alive. I can't talk about it." But he'd always do that. And I'd ask my grandma, I said, "Grandma, what does that mean?" She goes, "We don't talk about it." So, he didn't take bullets out because he didn't want to trust anybody. He didn't trust anybody. And he was a happy guy. Funnier than hell, man. I'd crack up. I'd go over there and spend a week with him and stuff like that, help him around the property. Oh my God, he was funnier. No. But if he got mad, he never got mad at me. I was a favorite. But I saw him get mad at somebody. And man, oh man, totally different person. Totally different person. So anyway, I finally got to talking to my grandma and asking about that. And, boy, that's a lot of smoke, It's good. I could roll around in the smoke. She says that means bury him out back. And I'm going, "What do you mean bury him out back?" Well, he was the head of his crew. And, let's just say that's how he, as he put it, took care of business. It's a little family history there. We all have some family history, skeletons in the closet. My granddad had skeletons. Anyway, just a family history. Probably not true. So anyway, I'm going to take this off. Got that wrapper, but it's kind of got the 2 strips in the back. So I will peel both strips off. First wrapper I've had like this. Kind of cool, red and black. I like that. It reminds me of one of the motorcycles I had. It was red and black. It was red and black. You can see that from next week too. The finish on this is great. I'm going to try to keep this shorter than yesterday. Saudi's not in this one again. She works late. But we're going to try to do, if she's up to it, because she sits all day on the phones and she's doing other stuff. She goes for 9 hours a day. So if she's up to it, I've got a couple special sticks that I got her that I think she'll like, and I'd love to do another one of these because, hey, a 2 cigar day is better than a 1 cigar day, and a 3 cigar day is better than a 2, which is better than a 1. Yeah, every one of you gets that. I want to thank all the men and women that support and ask questions and enjoy the reviews. They're a little nutty. They're full of jocularity. Look it up. I did that one at we went out to, Hottie and I went out to had a drink the other night at Kaleidoscope Pizza in Medford. They got great food, good drinks. Oh, the Alfredo, man, oh man, I can get a bucket of that and just roll around in it. Oh, it is that good. Check them out. And said, "How you doing tonight?" I said, "We're full of jocularity." And they go, say, "I'll just go look it up." So next time I go in there, I'll see if they looked it up. Go look it up. I'll be at Cigar Cave Friday night, 5 to 8ish. I think the Cigar Cave in Grants Pass is doing Monday Night Football out there. I'll find out for sure and let you know in the next review. And if you know where it's going to be, it's probably going to be at the Oregon Port Authority there next door, because they got all the food, they got the TVs, they got a ton of stuff on draft. I think all of it is microbrews and local stuff, and really well-known microbrews. And they got a beautiful place in there, man. They got some good grub, and the smoking lounge, cigar lounge, is really nice too. And then they're all one building, so you can go in there, you can get some great deals, talk to the guys in there, get some good cigars, get some good food, get some good drinks, and just enjoy each other. And we have a blast at the Cigar Cave during the sip and smoke. We have a good time. We talk some politics. We talk politics about cigars is mainly what we talk about saving cigars and doing the right thing, and making sure you can still get premium handmade cigars and boutique cigars by these companies that put everything they own into this stuff. They're not making $1 billion. You know, most of them are small companies, you know, few partners and stuff like that, trying to put out the best that they can, and they need our support. So, you know, find them, talk about them, recommend them, do what you got to do, and do anything you can to support these people. Just like the Cigar Cave, and any place that you live that you're watching this, you got a local brick and mortar cigar shop, go out and support them. You know, if you don't like something about your cigar shop, talk to somebody about it. You know, just say, you know, can you try this, or, you know, can I get more information, or you could be more involved with the customers. You know, I've never run into that at Cigar Cave. They've always been extremely knowledgeable, so very, very nice, and they will always point you in the right direction. If you get a cigar there that you go, I don't like this, probably because you either didn't ask questions or you didn't ask the right questions. There's always going to be a cigar. I've had a few cigars that I just didn't like. You know, there's always going to be one that's just not for you. It's not their fault. If one splits or it cracks, take it back. You know, talk to them. They'll probably make it right. You know, that's what they're all about, is customer service. So enjoy them. Have a good time. This is, you know, oh, I forgot my whiskey today. I'm going to dedicate this one to several people. Cigar Cave. CAO makes a great cigar. I love CAO cigars. Good stuff. And to Ben, my granddad. He didn't want to be called Grandpa. My name's Ben. He was like 5'4", big barrel-chested farmer boy. He was a big old round, hard-ass some gum. And so this is him. He loved dominoes, checkers, chess, cards, and he'd beat you every single time. He just knew what you had. I don't know. There's a story about him out in Beatty, Nevada. And he used to have, way back in the day, he had a gas station. There may or may not have been other services available. He was kind of into the black market, whatever. He didn't care. But he's always saying he's broke, but then he'd show up with a new car. He was a funny guy. Funny guy. Pick the brains of the elderly. Saw my dad yesterday. Had a good time. I'm going to go out there again, see him tomorrow, and bring a cigar for him. He was wanting a cigar, but it was pretty cold yesterday when we went out there. So tomorrow, I'll go out there about this time, take him a cigar, because he's been asking me, "What do you got that cigar out there?" That's my dad's voice in my head, in case you couldn't tell. So I'm going to do that. Maybe we'll even do a little short live feed on Facebook with him, so you guys can see how he's doing and stuff like that. He's all cleaned up and happy because he's got, you know, women around him, and that he's going to get married now. I just don't think the other 3 women realize he's going to marry all of them. And why? Because they have their own house and they got a car. So my dad doesn't have a house and he doesn't have a car, because remember, he had that lady take it all. And I guess, well, you know, bad news for some, good for me. She's not doing well in prison, and her health is failing. That's what you get for stealing and trying to kill people. She's not popular in prison. Don't do that, especially with the elderly. You will get caught. So, have a good night. And when Hottie gets home, right around 6:30ish, we'll have a cocktail, see if she's up to doing a review, and I'll see you then. I'm at the 30-minute mark. Great cigar. Go get them. And visit Cigar Cave this Friday, 5 to 8ish. Don't miss out. Can't miss it. Right on Progress and Biddle. Have a good night. Boz out.